Hello, welcome back to Color Class. I'm Sarah, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about a few makeup mistakes that I tend to see often in the color analysis world. Now, are you tired of makeup looks that just don't work? Or you see somebody online, you really love it, you get it, it doesn't really work for your coloring, no matter like how high end the product is or how popular it is, it just does not work for you. Now, it's not because of you, it's because of your color palette. So in today's video, that's what we're going to be talking about. Now let's deep dive into how color analysis can change your makeup routine by looking at things like contrast level, your overtone, and how the colors work with all of those things at once. So starting off, why is your overtone so important? Now there's a specific reason I am not saying your undertone. We are specifically talking about overtone. Right now my undertone is actually cooler than my overtone. I am using faux tan currently and I have a lot of bronzing products on, things like that. So my overtone is a bit warmer than what I naturally am. So right now my makeup that I'm applying is based off my overtone. And in the summertime, yes, your overtone changes a lot depending on what products you're using. You know, if you're using body oils, that gives you a little bit more contrast because we have these, shiny reflectivity to you. Also, if you're using a faux tan, again, that can change your overtone. So we're specifically working on overtone today. While my overtone might be a little bit warmer right now, I am wearing a warmer color top, so I did shift my makeup a little bit warmer today. I used more of a warm bronzer, I used more of a warm lip color, but normally I would shift towards a neutral. If I were wearing like a neutral blue shade, like a classic blue, then I would shift my coloring towards neutral. So I'd be wearing more of a neutral lip. Usually my favorite is Am I Kiss from Charlotte Tilbury, or I'll wear a neutral foundation. I have a couple different foundations that are the same formula, just different shades, and I will link them down below. It's the Perfect Skin Tint. So I have them in a couple different shades where I kind of mix it up. It's like a dropper, and I can kind of just swirl it around and apply it to my face depending on if I need to go warmer or more neutral. I love using that trick for foundation because it is a daily thing that I switch up based off what I am wearing. Now, if you are somebody who is warm or somebody who is cool, your skin tone, you're not kind of changing it up on the daily. You are sticking to the either warm or cool looks, but we're specifically talking about people who lean a little bit neutral leaning warm, neutral leaning cool. If you have a straight neutral skin tone, I recommend using neutral foundation. I do not want to see, for example, I might be considered a soft autumn, and in the winter time, yes, I'm still considered a soft autumn, but my skin tone goes a lot more neutral, slightly leaning cooler. So that doesn't mean I can wear a soft autumn lipstick. It's going to be too warm for that instance. So in the wintertime, I do scale it back to go more neutral. And it's important if you are a neutral to wear neutral blush, to wear neutral lipstick, because what is wrapped around your lips, what is wrapped around your cheeks, it's your neutral skin tone. So we want to stay neutral, but we can lean a little bit into our subdominant. So if your subdominant is warm, you can lean a little into warm. If your subdominant is cool, you can lean a little into cool, but do not go warm, do not go cool. We need to stay neutral, slightly shifting. Now we really need to talk about contrast because that is key to makeup. There was a huge trend on TikTok not too long ago where it got really popular to talk about, am I a low contrast? Am I medium? Am I high? Now remember, contrast is a scale. So you have like this sliding scale. For example, Lucinda would be a really low contrast person. I'm more of a medium, and I always think of somebody with like jet black hair. You know, that shiny, luscious jet black hair with like a creamy skin tone that has a lot of low points and a lot of high points. That would be high contrast. Now, match your contrast when you're talking about makeup. If you are low contrast, then wear softer lipstick shades. Do not go super bold because that is going to arrive in the room unless you're going for that look. Think like Taylor Swift when she wears the really bold red lip. Sometimes that can arrive in the room before she does. Now, for her, that's what she wants. She wants you to see her singing, for example. So she does draw focus towards her lips. But if you're somebody that wants to draw focus to your entire face, or maybe draw more attention to your eyes so people look at you in the eyes when they are speaking to you, then that's where you're going to put the drama. So if you are low contrast, look towards low contrast makeup looks. If you're medium contrast, I use things like, instead of a harsh black wing liner, I use a softer diffused eyeshadow brown shade for my eyeliner instead. For my lips, I use more of a medium tone lip color. I don't go super bold red, but I also don't go towards like a soft lip gloss. Yeah, it's a little bit too soft for me. I like kind of my medium contrast with my eyes and my lips to match my hair, between the contrast between my skin and my hair. So stick to your medium contrast. And if you're high contrast, you can go bolder with your shades, maybe a little bit bolder with your eyebrows, a little bit bolder with your lip color, a little bit bolder with your blush. All of those things brings a little bit more drama to you, because if you're somebody with all this high contrast and you wear a really low contrast makeup look, we're not going to be focused on you. We might be focused on your hair. We might be focused on what you're wearing if you're wearing a high contrast look. So if we want to bring that focus back, we do have to match our contrast to our makeup. Now, I have talked to a few makeup artists that use these techniques to help somebody like a celebrity who might be in the wrong color shift more into that shade. We have a wonderful makeup artist, Quinn, on Patreon. I remember him doing a post where Kate Hudson wasn't quite in the right colors, and he was talking about all the different things he did to adjust her makeup to help create harmony around her face, to draw the attention towards her. So you can use makeup to emphasize that specific thing to really help create that harmony. So if we want to intensify our eyes, we can use complementary colors around our eyes that focus more in, match our clarity as well. So if you're a high contrast person, the jet black liner, the intense mascara, those work. If you're medium like me, maybe go for a softer brown mascara, a slightly softer eyeshadow or winged liner. All of those things bring the harmony together. We're just trying to match your specific contrast and your overtones. All right, so full circle, you're getting dressed in the morning. We want to create harmony between what you're wearing and your makeup. We're doing the entire look. Use your contrast, use your overtone to help you create that harmony. Those are the key things that I'm going to keep talking about when it comes to makeup. Now, I also use those exact two things when I wear something outside of my color palette. When I did my girls' dinner, I was wearing like this black outfit. I then took looks from high contrast people to help bring contrast to my face. I went with a bright red, bold contrast lip. I went with winged black liner, again, to bring contrast. I went for a bolder brow to help bring contrast back to my face. Because what I didn't want it to have happen is all of the attention shift down to my rich black dress. I wanted it to come back up. So I brought all that clarity up to my face. So use makeup as a tool in your color analysis. Now, I do want to get a little bit more into how I do my makeup routine or some of my looks that I create using clarity or softening. So I will have more videos up. Just let me know down in the description if that's something you would be interested in watching and getting some tips and ideas from that. I would love to create that for you. So if you would like to follow us on any of our social media links, they're down below in the description. I am trying to build up our Instagram. So we have a really cool palettes and fun little mood boards that we have going on. So I highly recommend you go over to Instagram and check that out. So lastly, I'm Sarah. This has been another color class, and we'll see you in our next video.